First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushua. Double honor to you, this great milestone. Salutations to all y'all came on having Baba doing to marriage. This title is gonna be called "The Time of Jacob's Trouble." You know, it's coming. You know, it's almost here. You know, everybody. But as an Israelite, you know. But I want to start off with Jeremiah chapter 37. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Who's gonna be saved out of it? The elect, the hopeful elect. You know, the 1/3. You know, 2/3 are gonna be destroyed. For it shall come to pass in the day, saith the Lord of hosts, that I'll break his yoke from off thy neck, and I'll burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him, but they shall serve the Lord their power, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them. So you know, the scriptures talking about resurrection and everything. You know, we're in the time of Jacob's trouble. Like yeah, you know, Esau is shutting down the food stamps and EBT. You know, most Jake, you know, live off that. You know, Israelites. But you know, I was reading about it that you see more Edomites. You know, more white people. You know, checking the percentage. It says 40% white people. Blacks 25%, so-called. You know, so-called. You know, had 25%, and so-called Hispanics had 5%. So you know, Esau is living off the government more than our people. You know, you got Esau always making stereotype jokes. You know, and they're not even true. You know, but I'm gonna get Isaiah chapter 14 verse 12. No, no, I'm gonna get Isaiah chapter 13 verse. I'm gonna start with 6. How ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. How ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. You know, and the Lord's day is at hand. You know, you can see by all there's another blood moon that's coming up. You know, there shall all hands be faint, every man's heart shall melt. You know, because it's gonna be it's gonna be a terrific, you know, a terrible day. You know, and they shall be afraid. Pain and sorrow shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one another. Their face shall be as flames. You know, it's gonna, because talking about the nuclear missiles that's gonna strike, you know, America, and not only America, but you know, all across the globe. You know, and mostly America's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be utterly destroyed. But I'm gonna keep going down. Where was I? They shall be afraid. Pain shall take hold of them. You know, they'll be afraid. If you've seen that movie, what you call it, a Bird Box. You know, there was these people were seeing demons. You know what these evil spirits were doing was plaguing people's minds. You know, they would call them apparitions, but you know, apparition just means spectra or source or like spirit. You know, spirit or ghost. You know, I just looked up the word apparition, just means spirit. People are gonna be seeing spirits. You know, plaguing their minds. You know, but how you know, then that's in the movie Bird Box, the new one that just came out. The guy was sketching it. But I'm gonna keep going down. They shall be afraid, pain and sorrow shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a man, as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of the Lord is cometh cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate. He shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. For the, you know, and sinners, you know, that's talking about, you know, the only one that can sin is, you know, Jake, because you know we have the law, you know, and we have, you know, his faith, you know, and there, you know, 2/3 are gonna be destroyed. Those will, you know, for the stars of heaven and the constellation thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. And I'll punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity, and I'll cause arrogance of the proud to cease, and I'll lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. You know, the Lord's gonna punish the world for their evil, because you know Esau spread this wickedness throughout the whole world. You know, but I'm gonna go down to 12. You know, this is gonna be the time of Jacob's trouble. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. So you know, a man's gonna be precious more than fine gold, more than gold, because you know in that day, the knowledge and understanding is gonna be the stability of thy time. You know, the men of the Lord, you know, we're gonna have to we're gonna have the knowledge, understanding how to get through that. You know, the Lord is gonna, you know, probably guide us. You know, and you know, people, average people, are gonna be being clueless. You know, they're gonna start running around with it. You know, the head. You know, they're just gonna be run. You know, they're not gonna know what to do. You know, but I want to get Isaiah chapter 4 verse 1. You know, and you know, more precious. You know, that knowledge, understanding is gonna help us in the long run, since we know what's gonna come. You know, the RFID chip. You know, that's why I said a man's gonna be precious than fine gold, because you can't, silver and gold ain't gonna save. I think, is there more than that? I'm gonna go back, actually. But, you know, you're not gonna be able to use money in that day, you know? No, there was no more in that, it's lucky. But, you know, the knowledge and understanding is gonna help us. You know, the Lord is gonna guide us, you know, Lord's will. But I wanna get, Isaiah Isaiah chapter 4 verse 1, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man. So, you know, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. So, you know, so women are gonna be afraid in that day, you know, all those women, feminism, feminists, or what else, what other type of women? Independent women, all these women that think they could do everything on their own, so called. And that day they're gonna take hold of one man, because you know that they can't defend themselves, you know, from, you know, Esau's gonna come down having great wrath, martial law. You know, you know, Esau already hate Jake, so imagine that. You know, when everything shuts down, he can show his true colors. Also, the other Edomites, not only the government, but you know, those average Edomites that have those guns and you know those permits for weapons. You know, they're gonna show their true colors also. You know, and why Esau is gonna be doing this is because, you know, I'm gonna get into it why, you know, his economy is crashing. You know, stock market. You know, Apple went down 30%. You know, so America's on its way out. Not only that, not only the economy, you know, video games, you know, they're even the businesses that make games, you know, they're crash. You know, it's all, not only, everything is getting affected. Food stamps, games, Apple products. You know, I heard Apple was siding with China because, you know, they're making more money with China than they are with America. So, you know, even its own companies are betraying this country, you know. But I want to get Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12. As thou fallen from, you know, I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna get Matthew chapter 24, verse 43. But notice that if the good man of the house, actually I'm gonna get 42. Matthew chapter 24, verse 42. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come. But know this, you know, we don't know what hour, you know, we don't know when the Lord's gonna come. But notice that if the good man of the house had known and what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. You know, if they, you know, if you were watching for the times at hand, you know, you would know. You know, we may not know the day or hour, but you know, we can see signs, always evidence. You know, signs on when he's coming. You know, the blood moon. You know, blood ocean. You know, animals popping dead up on shores. What else? The moon, you know, it's the eclipse. You know, Esau, the economy is crashing. So you know, there's many signs on why the Lord's gonna come back, and not why, but how. Therefore, be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh. You know, always be ready, even though you think that he's not gonna, you know, he's not come at that. You know, he probably could come today, tomorrow. You know, he's talking shut down the internet right now. You know, any mission and just make a national emergency on the broadcast, something like them alerts on the phone about the flood. They make that you know. Esau could do that, you know, and just shut down everything. But yeah, I want to get Matthew chapter 24 verse 36. But of that hour, but of that day and hour knoweth no man, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. So not even Yahweh shall I know, you know, or the angels or the prophets. So you know, as I was just reading from up there, it said Well, therefore ye know not what hour your Lord does come. So we don't know. No, not even he knows, or the angels. Only the Most High, his Father. So that, and you always got to be ready. You know, like my elder always said. You always have to have your your shoes near your bed just in case. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. And the how the days of Noah were is when people weren't listening to Noah, and they waited until the day of the Lord, until it started raining, dripping rain. Noah was already in the ark. They wanted to start banging on the ark after it was already closed. I bet Noah wanted to open the door, but the Spirit of the Lord told him not to because they didn't want to listen. They wanted to wait the last minute, and that's what's gonna be happening a lot. Everybody's gonna look for the servants of the Lord at the last minute, and it's not gonna, you know, and it's not gonna do nothing for them. They're not gonna find us because they waited too long. And that's what's gonna happen. As it's written in Proverbs, he stretched out his hand, no man regarded. I'll get that, but I'm gonna keep reading down. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered the ark. That's what they're doing now. Everybody wants to party. It's lucky. Everybody wants to party. Everybody wants to do everything else, but Paul, yeah, watching y'all shine. Until the very last minute, everybody wants to try to come in. It knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the Son of the Man be. And that's how it's gonna be. I should have just read from 36 all the way down to 44. But it's lucky about that. I want to get Matthew 6 and 25. And this is gonna be some crucial times we're coming in. With the Lord, this time is gonna be like never before seen. But I want to get Matthew chapter 6 verse 25. We're not gonna be storing up food either like Esau is. I was watching this video. Esau said he's storing up food for his family. And it's like it's gonna be taken. But I want to start off with Matthew chapter 6 verse 24. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat. So lucky. What ye shall eat or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Is not the life that more than meat? Is not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment? So, behold the fowls of heaven, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barn, yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are ye not much better than they? So, the Lord will always be there for you if you just don't turn your way. if you don't turn your back on him. So lucky. If you don't turn your back on him, I'm gonna read that again. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body. Don't worry, that's what the Lord's saying. Do not worry, because the Lord's gonna provide for you if you keep lean on to His ways, Lord's will, Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat or what ye shall drink, nor for your body, nor yet for your body. And and let's get into the fowls. They pray, even they pray, you may not know it, but they always think of the Most High and how they're gonna survive or get their food because they always, and are we not better than they? They just, they're just, fowls or, we're above them, as it was written in Genesis, you know. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Is not the life more raiment, and the meat than meat, and the body than raiment? Behold the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barn. Yet, gathering barns. You don't see them building barns and houses or going to supermarkets. They don't have to, because the Lord provides for them. Are we not? And which of you, by taking thought, can add 1 cubit unto his stature? So right there, telling you that even the animals pray to the Most High, and they don't need to do what most people do today. Nowadays people live off Esau, the government, and they don't think of the Lord because Esau thinks he He think he could take everybody's job, you know. And everybody's getting tired, and everybody's getting tired of Esau too, you know. Oh, I'm gonna get Revelation, you know. So the Lord's always gonna provide. Lord's will, you know. We all say in the spirit that so the Lord will deliver us from that evil that Esau is about to come down in great wrath with. But I want to get Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So this is all planned out. The government shutdown. The wall. Why does he need to shut down the wall? It doesn't make any sense. So Esau planning everything, ahead of time, because it doesn't make any sense for him to shut down. Why does it, And it's a year like his Donald Trump. All he wanted to talk about was the wall, and it took him at least. I think this is the last year he's gonna be a president too. What I don't, which it doesn't make any sense, is why would he wait the last year before he's out of office to think about the wall? Just if you was all about it, you would have done it from the beginning, and he wasn't. So it's just, something going on. He's gonna come down having great wrath, trying to build that wall. You got Esau throwing tear gas at Issachar because they can't come over. But Esau steals everybody's land. He stole the Japhites, he stole our land, he stole him. He plays out. I was watching. I was reading the thing about the Last Samurai. It's a damn Edomite. Tom Cruise was playing as a Mobite in a movie Last Samurai. And it's like you steal everybody's stuff, you steal everything, and then you got a problem with somebody coming. It's not even your land, It's nobody, it belongs to the Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And Esau, he's carnal as all hell, so he thinks if he physically ain't here, it physically ain't his, but he created it, so he shouldn't have, it doesn't make any sense. So, Esau, the devil, he's coming down having great wrath because, his kingdom is falling apart. You got Edomites, they're not going to have their food stamps, them Edomites. And, their food stamps, the EBT, those damn demons, Esau. Because Esau always like makes stereotypes about Jake and not having food stamps, but you live off the government more than off more than Jake does. So how can you even make a joke like that? Esau in this stereotype. Them weak Edomites in the city, they're not ready for what's coming because they live off the banking system. Them Edomites in the south, they're real different. They don't live like the ones up here. So they're gonna be coming out having great wrath. Not only the government, martial law. Every Edomites are gonna come down having great wrath. You can see, watching this video, his brother was making. It was about this Edomite killed a 7-year-old, and now they're looking for him. It's where it is. Esau had no problem finding Jake, right, on the news or anything. I was watching Snapchat news, right? On Snapchat, it said that Jake killed a 7-year-old, right? And I was thinking, they could see their faces, They spot him a mile away because all these cameras in the cities and everything. But when Esau kills somebody, they don't know where he is. He's just gone. Like he's missing. We're investigating this problem. They say on the news, like, you can find Jake in 5.5 seconds, but you can't find your own people. And like, come on, like, listen, Esau, he's playing games. Isaiah chapter 4. I'm gonna get in Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12. Esau's the demon. He's accuser of thy brethren. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12. Art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? How Esau weakened the nation through his philosophy, through even Monsanto. Monsanto was this company that was made in America. And now everybody's getting tired of Monsanto. GMO foods. So they're kicking even Monsanto's out of the country, and that's a place where it's an organization that makes food well, puts chemicals in foods, you know, and you know he's poisoning the country through the food, through their music. All this music is over, it's going abroad, is going, you know, the music to the philosophy to the food. You know, America is doing wickedness throughout the whole world, so it has to be destroyed. You know, for thou hast said in thine heart, I'll ascend into heaven, I'll exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. How is Esau doing this? Above the stars of the Most High, through with these space stations, these spaceships. You know, he's sending to the heaven. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. You know, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Now you got this Moabite. He found a way to edify baby DNA. You know, where did he learn that from? The devil, Esau. I bet Esau knew about this and he just didn't. You know, he was just waiting. You know, so he wouldn't take the blame or something. You know, Esau. You know, and Esau. You know, he found now Esau has the now Esau can like edify baby DNA. He can also now he can do face transplants, you know, plastic surgery and all this other stuff. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell to the sides of the pit. You know, he tried to be like the Most High so hard, you know. And you know, he used the left hand side to do it. Because, you know, the Lord ain't with him. You know. And I'm going down to 16. They that see thee shall nearly look upon thee. Consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? You know, he made the earth to tremble. You know, and he shook kingdoms. You know, that's why, you know, is this the, you know, that made the earth? Everybody's gonna look at him. Everybody's gonna be shocked that he's falling. You know, he's gonna be looking like a cave beast. You know, all hairy. You know, hunchback. You know, and probably in a kingdom that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof. To open not that opened not the house of his prisoners. Esau opened not the house. You know, Esau locks everybody up. You know, Esau is only. You know, I was watching there was another video. You know. What's happening was Esau killed a Israelite woman. You know, he said he killed her because she found out he had HIV and he thought she was gonna tell everybody. He killed her and he only had 5 years in prison. You know, I don't know why she was even with that devil. You know, that Esau. Anyways, like, you know, women. You know, our women they just like they like to like the cooning and buffooning. You know, they just like Esau. You know, when that day comes and when he whacks you over your head, you're gonna know that, you know, that we were right all this time and you was wrong. But also I want to get into this now. Proverbs chapter 1, because we stretched out a hand. You know, we're telling you that Esau's the devil. You know, he's gonna come out as a thief. You know, I'm gonna get Proverbs chapter 1 verse 20. Crieth out, she utters her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse and openeth the gates of the city. She utters her words, saying, how long ye simple when ye love simplicities? Scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. You know, to get this knowledge and understanding, you gotta fear the Lord. You know, keep His commandments. You know, and have faith in Him. You know, and that's the beginning is fearing the Lord. You know, and Jake don't fear the Lord. I mean, not only Jake. You know, even you got Esau trying to listen on the word. He's not gonna get it. He does. You know, he don't fear the Lord. Period. But you know, it's not for Esau. It's all about, you know, the Lord's elect. You know, it's all about the Israelite in Israel to understand or not. You know, turn ye out my reproof. Behold, I'll pour my spirit onto you. I'll make known my words unto you. Because I have called and ye refused. I stretched out my hand and no man regarded. You mean nobody cared? The Lord spit the spirit on us. You know, we're telling people that America's gonna be destroyed. We're still, you know, no one wants to listen. You know, one wants to argue, not argue, but you know, they shouldn't have to argue because we should all agree on this that America's gonna be destroyed. You know, I have stretched out my hand, no man regarded, no one listened. You know, but ye have set out not all my counsel would not my reproof. You know, I will also laugh at a calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh a desolation, and your destruction cometh at the whirlwind. When distress and anguish cometh upon you. When distress and anguish cometh upon you. You know, the Lord's gonna laugh at calamity because you don't want to listen. He's gonna, because he warned you. He warned you, and you didn't want to take heed, and now you want to look the last minute. No, it's not even the last minute. When you're already in the, when it's already happening, not even the last minute. You know, when your fear cometh to the desolation, and your destruction cometh to the whirlwind. When distress and anguish cometh upon you, then they shall call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. You know, they're not gonna find. The reason why is because they just keep doing everything opposite what the Lord wants people to do. These people, you know, Jake don't want to listen. You try to tell them, instead they think, there's this Christian in my school. He said that he could eat pork. You just can't keep the laws, like, we do the by the church, all through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, you know we put our best and try to keep the laws. We know we can't, but we try. You got him. The great millstone. We try our best to keep the laws. We have faith in Yahweh Shem Yahshua. And then I tell him that you can't be eating pork. I don't want to say. I told him no eat pork. What he does is cut it up. So you just can't keep the laws. You just can't keep. I was just sitting there looking at him like, like the Lord's gonna destroy somebody like that, because they stretched out your hand. They refuse to listen. It's just like, it's just no point in arguing with somebody like that anymore. You tell them repeatedly, don't. Then he tried to tell me that there's a scripture on that. There's a scripture on why he can eat pork, and it's like, yeah, no, there's not. Stop. But I want to keep going down. 28. Then that they hated knowledge and did not choose to fear the Lord. Because if you feared the Lord, you would keep his commandments. You would try to keep his commandments. If it's, they would none of my counsel, despise all my reproof. Shall they eat of their fruit? Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own device, of their own way, and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away the simple shall slay them, and of the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. Their mindset is going to destroy them in that day. They're not going to have the understanding knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. They're not going to know what to do. They're not going to know, they don't know the Lord's name. They don't know his prayer. They don't know, what's the point? They don't know his name, and that's going to be a problem. That's understanding right. That's not the understanding right there. And their foolishness, is prosperity of fool. How the way they are, how they don't listen. That's going to destroy them. But whosoever hearkens unto me shall dwell safely and be quiet from the fear of evil. And that's what's going to happen that day. That's what I was reading that scripture. Don't worry about what you're going to eat or what you're going to put on. Even the fowls of the heavens, that's what it's telling you right here. Don't worry, because the Lord is with you. Lord's will, the Lord keep his spirit on us, when doing this work sincerely. He that healeth the broken heart. I think it's the, but I want to get I'm gonna get Jeremiah, Jeremiah chapter 30. Chapter 30 verse, I already read that. For the thus saith the verses, please I want to get Revelation. I'm gonna get Matthew actually, and I'm gonna get into the one time. I'm gonna get into Matthew chapter 24. The second coming of the day of the Lord. I'm gonna get Matthew chapter 24 verse 27. For the lightning cometh out of the east and shineth even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For wheresoever the carcass is, there will the eagles be gathered together. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light. And what is that? That's talking about what's happening. That's happening now. Before the Lord comes, that's happening now. And people don't want to listen. They see the signs of heaven. They think that's normal. Blood moon. People just look at it and take pictures like that's some sight. It's a sight to see. But there's a sign. It means the Lord put stuff in place because it means something. It's a sign for something happening or gonna happen. You know, people don't look at it in that way. The stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heaven shall be shaken. And then shall there appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. Then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in clouds of heaven with power and great glory. He shall send his angels with a great trumpet of a. They shall gather together the elect from the four winds, from the one end of the heaven to the other. So, you know, tells you right here that the elect, are not only in America, but they're all across the world. So that's talking about. That's why I said Abraham will be, blessed with, his seed will be in all nations. That's what he meant when the Lord said that to him. Because the angels are gonna have to go scatter and go across everywhere, to find the elect. Lord's will be, be in that number. But yeah, shall be holy. The world hate you. But I'm gonna get one more scripture. I'm gonna get Revelations. I'm gonna get Revelation chapter 17. Revelation chapter 18, verse 18, because where I'm talking about, time of Jacob's trouble, and that's gonna talk about America's destruction. We're getting, it's surely but slowly but surely happening, as we see, on the news. I'm gonna start off with Revelation chapter 18, verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of her wrath, of her fornication. Kings of earth have committed fornication with her. The merchants of the earth are waxed rich through her abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sin, that ye may receive not of her plagues. Don't receive of her plagues, And I heard another voice from saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her plagues. For her sins have reached upon unto heaven, and Yahweh hath remembered her iniquities. So, the Lord remembered everything America has done to when it was founded to the very end of its life. And, well, America's not alive per se, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Before it was, destroyed to what it was founded, what it did. America was founded off blood. It killed, so-called Native Americans was slaughtered by, Esau, the devil. He's gonna pay for that. Also putting, the Southern tribe in slavery. Reward her, even as she rewarded you, and the one to her according to her works, and the cup which she hath filled fell to her double. So what America does to us, we're doing double to them. And who are we, who runs America? Esau, the so-called white man. Do unto them what they done to us, do double. So America's gonna get destroyed. On the other side, Esau's gonna be put in slavery. And I'm gonna keep going down. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torn sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I said a queen, and I am no widow, and she shall see no sorrow. So America's gonna be destroyed. America thinks it's untouchable. And every American citizen thinks America cannot be destroyed, financially or physically. They just think it's impossible. So this scripture, I read it to those people out there that think that's never gonna happen. And that's, this is very accurate on American citizen. How much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously. People think, because America's a rich country, they have, I don't know, what's the type of store? They got Macy's, they got McDonald's, they got Lamborghinis, they got jets, private jets, they got these trains. They think nothing's gonna, because they have all these, Pandora and all, and all these other places like what other places do people go to? Kmart, Market Basket, Walmart. They think Everything, you know, they think because, you know, yeah, but you know, America's gonna be destroyed no matter what, you know, because people, you know, I just want to explain this first part, how much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously, you know, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, I am no widow and shall see no sorrow, and that's what most American citizens believe, that America is never gonna be destroyed, is because they think because they have the strongest military, they think because they have all these nice jewelry, clothes on, they think they live comfortably in this country and they think nothing's ever gonna happen. Like it was written in Matthew, I was just reading. Okay, I'm going right back to that, you know. It says the Lord's gonna come as a thief, you know. You know. I think that was Matthew chapter 24, verse 43. Yep. I'm gonna go with, yeah, chapter 43. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. So, you know, he would not have suffered his house to be broken up. If they have watched, and these people aren't watching, you know, they're going about their regular day lives, worrying about their Facebook, their Instagram, their Snapchat, their social media life, you know. They're not really focused on the signs and what's coming, you know. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour ye think not the Son of Man cometh. Not even he knows, you know, the Most High, you know, his father Yahweh is gonna have to give him the okay, you know, the green light. You know, not even he knows, you know. Not the angels, you know, not the servant, you know, we don't know either. So, you know, we gotta always be ready, watch the signs, you know, the news. You know, like this, I was just reading about the trade war in the South China Sea. You know, America is causing problems over there, trying to intimidate the Chinese president, you know. You know, America is just not minding its business, always doing something, always doing, you know, America. Then China, you know, one thing, you know, that was the last scripture, but you know, one minute China says, okay, this is the both sides. China said that America started it, you know, they provoked them because America's in their waters. That somehow America gotta say, there's something else I was reading, there's the space, you know, how Donald Trump is making these space stations, you know, I was just reading Isaiah. Yes, these now China found a way to even go into space too. And you know the this American citizen. I don't know what his status is in the government, but he's in the government somewhere. He said that China may use this space exploration as a military warfare, space wars or something like Esau likes to point the finger at everybody else, but he can never blame himself. You know, Esau can never say, oh, you know, because you know no one wants to war but Esau, you know, because he lives by the sword, you know. Whether it be in the waters, you know, Esau trying to attack sharks, you know, with them, I forgot what you call them. But you know, Esau, he's going to war. He's trying to go to war now in space. You know, the Lord's gonna destroy him for that. So, I think I'm gonna get one more scripture in Revelations. Which one? Slain. I'm gonna get Revelation chapter 12. Verse 7, there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels prevailed not. You know, and you know, heaven is talking about the air, you know, the ozone, you know, in the air, you know, in the air, and they could, you know, that's what they were talking about. Michael and the dragon is talking about the dragon, not talking about a literal dragon, but talking about Esau and his army. You know, Esau thinks he's gonna go to war with everybody and win, and you know, that's not the case at all. Prevailed not, neither was there a place anymore in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. So, you know, right here tells you, The great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and the Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. You know, that was Esau. You know, he was cast out with him. You know, and it's talking about he was cast out into earth. You know, heaven is not talking about a literal heaven that Esau is in. It's talking about, you know, his status, you know, where he is, you know. Also, you know, they're gonna be fighting in the heavens, but you know, that's not talking about a literal sense. But they, you know, Esau's ships and jets are gonna be falling when their chariots blast them to pieces, you know. But you know, talking about his power, his structure, he's not gonna be top of the world no more. He's not gonna be the, you know, that guy you see. You know, every time you turn on TV, you see Esau smiling the camera. You know, you're not gonna see him on commercials no more. You're not gonna see him in your TV shows being a good guy and a bad guy. You know, you're not gonna see him being a cop and robber. You're not gonna see him as, you know, he's no more. He's never ever gonna be in power after this time. You know. So yeah, I wanna get, you know, Esau's the devil. He's gonna go down. But you know, always watch for those signs that's coming. You know, the time of Jacob's trouble is near. Then we, gotta rise up. You know, depart, because it's not our rest. You know, this country shall be destroyed with a sword of destruction. So you know, Lord's will. I hope this video is edifying to all the viewers out there. I wanna give all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Double honor to y'all, the great millstone. Salutations to all y'all. Come on, how and Bow bidding the marriage. You know, bidding to the marriage. You know, because we're almost out of here. You know, Lord's will. You know, the Lord.